would you say makes millennial parents unique, since that's going to be the majority of our parents in schools these days?
Yeah. So, okay. Well, just so you know, because a lot of people don't like, labels. We live in a time where people want to choose their labels, but
Oh, yes.
millennials typically are people born between 1981 and 1996, 97 into 2000, some of them. But that's kind of the basic, the basic idea of where they are. But what's interesting about millennials is that their net worth has surpassed Gen X. That's me.
Interesting.
And their net worth has surpassed us by 20%.
Oh, yeah, that's significant.
They've surpassed boomers by 31%. Well, why is that significant? Well, that's significant because they're showing themselves to be people that have money that is usable out in the world to put their kids into private schools. And so these are your customers. These are the ones that are looking to do something special with their kids, not just put them in public school and see how that goes. They want to spend some money on their kids' education. Another interesting thing about millennials is that they are usually called the digital natives. In other words, this is the first generation to be submerged in the technology we have today, especially social media. Yeah, internet, the whole thing. But 93% of millennials own smartphones. Now, I know that many people out in the world, over and over, people are saying this new generation, they don't know how to work and they're not, they're lazy. And we do this the people before us did it.
If it's not ours, we pick on them.
Yeah, that's right. And, there's some points to be made. And of course, the generation that comes up never likes to hear that, like, we're not lazy, you don't understand us, and all that sort of thing. So this has happened every generation. They look back at the newer generation, say they don't know what they're doing. But I do want to say this is unique. What makes the millennials so unique is that technology is at a place that it's never been, ever. And it's not just technology in washing, being able to have a dishwasher or something like that. This is technology that connects the world. So you have technology that connects the world and then technology that engrosses your life. So this isn't just convenience technology. And it's not just a way to be able to connect to people outside, but it's technology that puts your face in front of a screen for long periods of time. And that's going to change your personality. In fact, what screen time does, actually rewires your brain, because your brain starts to accept new normals that we otherwise didn't have. And so what makes the millennial generation so interesting to us is how are they going to connect? There are still lots of teachers that are Gen X that are my age. There's many teachers that are even some boomers, especially in Christian schools. You have a lot of people that have retired from teaching at public school, and now they're teaching in a Christian school during their retirement. So you're seeing a lot of older generation teachers, not everybody, of course, but many. And so then they become very confounded when they come across someone who has lived their life in front of a screen,
right?
Which changes how they communicate.
Sure.
And this is at the core of the issue for teachers. How are we supposed to communicate with millennials? Because some of us remember communication being very different than it is today. And the millennials are very tech savvy. And so even though a lot has changed since they were young, they've kept up on it because this is the currency of their time. And so we have to, especially if you're older and you remember the internet coming in, then you're someone that needs to understand how they communicate.
Enjoyed this short clip? That was just a sneak peek into a full episode on the Teacher Edition podcast. We are passionate about supporting Christian educators like you. Looking for more inspiration and practical strategies you could use today? Subscribe now wherever you get your podcasts. Brought to you by BJU Press.